So welcome back guys to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the remake of The Secret of Mana, released for the PlayStation 4 and PS Vita. And this has been kind of a heated debate the last couple of weeks because some people absolutely love this game and some people absolutely hate it. And you know, today I'm going to be kind of dissecting the game, and I'm going to answer the question, in my opinion, if this is worth playing, even more so, and most importantly, if you've never played Secret of Mana. Is this a good alternative as opposed to the Super Nintendo Classic Mini, or going on eBay and buying an original copy, or maybe emulating it? Let's find out. So let's start first with the story. The story to Secret of Mana, in a nutshell, is you're playing as Randy, who is an outcast of the village, who's hanging out with some kids he's not supposed to, who are doing some things they're not supposed to be doing. He ends up falling off this log, stumbles upon this ancient sword in a stone, and actually removes it, and this awakens this prophecy that the Chosen One is now here to bring balance back to the world. And with that being said, he gets exiled from his village, he meets a couple of friends, and the adventure starts. And I'm not going to discuss too much more to the story because I don't want to spoil too much, but that's pretty much the gist of it. And of course, let's get into the graphics. One of the reasons why this is a remake is because it's completely redone. It's no longer the 2D sprites that we grew up with, and now more of a 3D polygon look. And some people do not like this look. Some people say that it's very bland, that it has no soul to it. Me personally, I think it looks almost like an old school PlayStation 2 RPG, which is fine with me. I was getting some real Dark Cloud vibes from it, and the thing is, Square Enix did a great job capturing every single moment and every single scene that was in the original Secret of Mana and transferring it to this new look, and I really liked it. I know some people did not like the fact that the lips didn't move during cutscenes, but honestly, that's not that big of a deal. And of course, the gameplay, something that I think is very important, and the fact that you can move in all 8 directions using an analog stick. I thought that was kind of cool, you know, especially with a game like Secret of Mana that's like this top-down action RPG, and you know, you have to find little weak spots of enemies that you get more damage, you know, attacking behind them or to the side. It makes it a lot easier to like maneuver and kind of dodge certain spells. I think that's a very much of a welcome aspect to this remake. Now, so far I've talked very well about this game, but there are some flaws, and that's going to be talking about the soundtrack and voice acting. You know, one of the things that I'm not too big of a fan of is the arranged soundtrack. You guys can take a listen right here. They chose different instruments to emulate the original, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I do have to say that it kind of started growing on me as I progressed through the game, but I mean, the great thing is you can switch it to the original soundtrack. You know, if you want to play it with the original Super Nintendo soundtrack, you can do so, and I think that's great. I think it's great that they gave us that choice. And of course, the voice acting. I have to admit, the voice acting, when I first listened to it, I absolutely hated it. I hated it during the trailer. I hated it the first like hour that I played the game. I actually switched it to the Japanese voice acting because I was like, you know, I'd rather listen to a language I don't understand than listen to someone be like, oh, what's this sword do? You know, it was just so bad. But it's funny because I felt like as you progress through the game, the voice acting got a little bit better. Especially when you got the other party members and they had their banter, talking back and forth when you would go visit an inn. It almost gave me kind of like a Tales kind of feel, like when you played like Tales of Symphonia and they'd had that conversation. it really captured that, and I think a lot of it's because maybe we are tainted now when it comes to voice acting in video games. We're so used to having, you know, Troy Barker or some big actor doing the voice of video games when, you know, back then it was a lot lower budget, and this is a low budget game, so the voice acting is not spectacular, but it definitely has some charm. So is this game worth picking up? I would say it's definitely worth checking out, even more so if you've never played Secret of Mana and you want to play it in an all-new fashion. Some of the things that I don't like about it is kind of glitchy. One of the problems that I had with the game is when I would actually pause it and go to the PlayStation 4 menu and go back, the music will be gone. I don't know if they're going to fix that in a patch or what, but that was kind of something I didn't like. And I did have the game freeze on me like 2 or 3 times when I was battling the tiger boss. What I would do is right when the tiger boss was about to hit me, I would like hit the heal button off my shortcuts, and it was like the animation would just cause the game to freeze, and that happened to me like 3 times. So it's not a perfect game, but I definitely wanted to get it because I wanted to support this kind of thing with Square Enix. I would love to see more, you know, JRPG remakes. Of course, like everyone's talking about Chrono Trigger. I'd love to see Chrono Trigger, or, you know, some of the older Illusion of Gaia. You know, some of these games that we haven't had a chance to really play that much, that Square Enix hasn't really pushed. I would love to see that in some sort of a remake. But what do you guys think about this remake, guys? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts and opinions. And if you guys enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the bell. It's going to be beside the subscription button, and this will notify you of all future content that uploads on this channel. That's going to be every Sunday and every Wednesday. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, happy gaming.